Hey everybody, this is Dudical here with Man Up Mate, where 3 stars win wars and egos lose wars. First of all, in my last video, I missed one thing here. I was giving a shout out to all of our new guys from Cliff's Clan, and I missed Ryan here, our level 110 trooper. So I wanted to start out with a quick shout out to Ryan. The other thing I want to do is I want to give a quick shout out to a couple of my favorite channels on YouTube. Number one, this is the One Hive Raids channel, and if you guys get a chance to go here, Jake on One Hive, probably the best kind of replay strategist I have seen. You'll learn a ton of great tidbits about how to attack well. And what I would focus on first is look at these attack strategy videos down here. Gives you great specifics on how to use these. Just be aware some of the lower numbered videos, some of these have changed because they're before some of the recent updates. So the early ones, they don't talk about air sweepers and some of the newer strategies, but they're a good basis at least. And then there are other playlists in here that I really like as well. The Elite 8s, these are all Town Hall 8 war attacks. And then the war recaps show all of the wars that One Hive has done, so lots of great Town Hall 10 and 9 level attacks as well. And then finally there's a great series of videos on base design here if you want to make very good defenses. The other channel I really like a lot is here. This is Powerband Gaming, and these are both YouTube channels. And they have a lot of really good things as well. My Dark Elixir farming strategy using the Queen Walk I got from this video here. And he has a little bit of a different style, maybe a little more geeky and a little less redneck than Jake over at One Hive Raids, but he has some good strategy guides as well, Go Laloon, How to Hog, all of these sorts of things as well. So I would really recommend people take the chance to look at some of those videos. You'll learn a lot of great stuff there. As for us, what else here? I'm going to take a look back at our last war, and normally I don't do a war recap vid for wars that we lose, but since we're just kind of starting out here, why don't we take a quick peek here at our war stats. The great thing, we used 38 out of our 40 attacks, so we used almost all of those. The not so great thing, we only got 5 3-stars, and as our motto suggests, 3 stars win wars, egos lose wars, so this is really the big difference here. These guys nailed us in terms of getting more 3-star attacks. And we'll work on that. We'll get there. So quick shout outs for who Supercell thought did fun things. So heroic attacks. The one thing is if you get a 1-star, they'll give you a heroic attack here. So if you 1-star high level base, that'll get it for you. And heroic defense, Yoff managed to defend against one of their top level players. Alright, so going back and looking at some attacks to highlight. The first thing I wanted to show is not a full attack, but I wanted a quick peek at how to take out clan castle dragons. This is one thing we struggle with. I know there's a video that I posted to online. I've got another one here that I wanted to share. And this, I'm just going to show the beginning of this video to take a look at this. So the key is, if you can, when you start any attack, ideally, if you can lure that clan castle, easily do so. Here I'm using a couple of giants. I probably went a little overkill. I knew that they already had, or I already knew from watching this before, that there was a dragon and then a bunch of archers. So I was worried if I just sent in one giant, he might die before I get the full CC lure, and I really wanted that dragon out of there so I can kill it. So you'll see what I do is I drop these giants to start the lure. I'm going to pull him over here, so this corner is my anchor, and I drop these archers here because I know that they're going to be out of range of these defenses. And my thought is, if you drop these guys first before you even start the lure, sometimes you can get these buildings out of the way. Just gives you a little bit of a quicker start on your raid, and also these buildings can sometimes be distraction for your clan castle kill squad. So his dragon and all of his guys are moving over here. My goal is I want to get them all clustered so that I can get my poison spell on them. And so that's step one. Pull them to the corner, drop the poison. I want to wait until the poison has killed these archers so they're not going to cause me any trouble. And here is the key. So I dropped this one barbarian here. You can see I start with 5 barbarians, so maybe I drop 2. But your goal is to use barbarians as distraction troops and the wizards as the kill troops. And you try to do the CC kill using as few troops as possible because that's the most efficient. If I use I can do this only losing 5 troop space other than those archers I already lost. So I'm going to keep dropping these barbarians one by one so that the dragon never targets my archer or my wizards. I've got 5 wizards here. Keep dropping those barbarians immediately underneath the dragon, because the dragon's going to target whatever troop is closest, and then these wizards get to take that dragon out. So I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my wizards left here and took that dragon down. And all I lost in the process, I lost those 3 archers and 2 or 3 barbarians. So anyway, think about that. The more efficiently you can do this using the least troop space possible, the more these troops are going to be able to actually help you clean up the rest of the war. Or clean up the rest of the base, I should say. Alright, so moving on to the attacks, I've got 2 what I call brute force attacks and 2 targeted attacks. And the target attacks in this case are hogs, and when I say targeted, I mean using troops that target defenses versus a brute force attack, which is something like gowipe or gowipe, where you just have troops that go through and target everything. The first one, Jeff stepped down here to get a 3-star on number 15. I'm just going to give a quick replay of that one. And the time when brute force attacks are useful is when either you really have them overpowered. So it's very difficult to 3-star a base that's equal to you using a gowipe unless it's a very bad base design. And by very bad base design versus gowipe, I mean one that does not have a lot of walls. In this case, you can see that the troops are allowed to wander through all of this, and Jeff actually breaks down these 2 sets of walls. So once he's done that, his troops have access to almost the entire base without having to break down any more walls. And that would be a base where gowipe would be useful. But again, Jeff here has a much stronger army, or a much stronger base level than this guy does, which makes gowipe much more effective. So if you're stepping down to clean up an easy 3-star, that's totally fine. The other scenario would be crappy base design, or if you're just trying to get 2 stars, go in and do a quick CC kill, then gowipe can be useful, but mostly as a 3-star strategy. It's not great if you're attacking someone at your level. One quick comment I want to make here. You see Jeff dropped his poison spell on this lava hound here. What I would recommend, the lava hounds do almost no damage at all, and your poison spell does almost no damage to the lava hound. So I would hold off on that poison spell. Using a poison versus a lava hound, the best time to do this is right before that lava hound explodes into pups. That way the poison actually does damage those pups, and it's the pups that really hurt you. The lava hound here is mostly a distraction for any of your ranged troops or anti-air type troops. So you can see this lava hound is just kind of spitting little balls and doing no real damage. Meanwhile, we've got the golems running around tanking, we've got the P.E.K.K.A.s doing a little bit of cleanup, and then we've got his archer queen going around the side and doing cleanup there. So not a whole lot to say about this attack other than, you know, I think it was a good choice when you step down low to get 3 stars using this type of a brute force attack. And the other thing to note is that to win the war, you don't have to kill all of the defending CC troops. You can see when this one ends. Oh, I take it back. I guess he killed that last pup immediately before he 3-starred it. But sometimes when you are fighting against a lava hound in the clan castle, you can actually just leave that lava hound until the end. Next here we actually have a hog attack. So this is Hunt attacking their number 16. Comment I will make when you're doing a hog attack, your first priority is to kill the CC and to kill the archer queen. Those are the things that are going to mess you up. And the reason you need to kill the archer queen quickly when you're doing any of these defense directed attacks is because your hogs are going to target defenses. They're going to walk around the queen. Meanwhile, she is shooting at them the whole time. And your queen does just as much damage as any of these high damage point defenses. So you really want to kill her because your troops aren't going to turn around and target her till the very, very end. The other thing you need to do is kill the CC troops because they can dole out a lot of damage, and again, your hogs are not going to target them till the very end, so if you don't do it, they're just going to follow you around killing you the whole time. The last thing that is going to cause damage to your hogs, as this is about to illustrate, is giant bombs. So your goal when you're doing a hog attack is to eliminate giant bomb threats, and particularly any spots where there can be 2 giant bombs side by side. So to do this, you either want to path something over the giant bombs to explode them, or you want to make it so your hogs will not path over any giant bombs. And what I mean there is, since hogs move from defense to defense to defense to defense, if you can eliminate any path where they're going to cross an empty 2x2 space to get to another defense, then you've made that double or that potential giant bomb location essentially nil. They're not going to hurt you. Otherwise, you have to have a plan to use your heal spells to heal over any giant bombs that explode to keep your hogs alive. Uses a hog for the CC lure here. In this case, the CC radius was actually up to here. You could have just dropped a single barbarian there to use 1 troop space to lure instead of using 5. Just a thought in terms of efficiency. And then pulls them up north for the CC kill. Drop the poison, which also had the benefit of kind of poisoning some of those skeletons. And then drops his kill squad to take those out. Finally goes in to kill this enemy queen. One thing that I really like here, he's got his kill squad back here that just took out that dragon, sending the hogs in right in front of those, and that has the advantage of taking these defenses out so that his kill squad is going to be able to continue fighting. If you didn't send your hogs in front, then these defenses would have just targeted the kill squad and eliminated them. Dropping heals. First heal is dropped a little far back. You want to drop it where your hogs are going, not where they've been. And the second heal, fantastic location because it's covering all these defenses where these hogs are going to be sitting for a while. So nice lead on that second heal spell. Third heal spell down here probably wasted because the hogs weren't sitting in there, and then that fourth heal spell, great location. So super strong cleanup against the base that had kind of poor giant bomb location, which made it an excellent place or an excellent base to attack with hogs. So very good base selection here. Next, I'm going to move down. Let's look at one of Pepsi's attacks here. He also did a hog attack. And again, talking about base selection, when you look at it for a hog attack, I don't see any place where there could be a double giant bomb set, so that makes it a fairly safe base to attack with hogs. All of his defenses are pretty tightly clustered together, so when you drop your heals, it's going to cover a pretty large space. So for here, 3 heals can cover almost all of the defenses at the same time covering any of these possible giant bomb locations. So we'll see how Pepsi's attack goes here. Again, he does a CC lure using a couple of hogs, pulls the CC up to the north, using that barbarian as an anchor. Again, I'd suggest drop the barbarian first before you do those. That way you can get this builder out of the way by the time you're putting your kill squad down. Using some barbarians for distraction. Could probably get in here a little bit quicker with those wizards, but otherwise looks great. And if you can, keep enough barbarians, keep dropping them one at a time right underneath those hogs, or right underneath the dragon. And again, I like what he did here. He did a 2-finger drop, so dropping all those hogs, it gets him in faster than when you do a 1-finger drop. And the hogs get in front of his wizards here to keep those wizards alive by taking out these defenses first, so the wizards can keep cleaning up. An early drop on that first heal leading his hogs, and also ends up covering that giant bomb location there. Being nice and patient with those other heals, waiting until his hogs are in a good place to heal. This one, a little bit premature drop. Would have been good to drop it right here after he saw that giant bomb going off, and then maybe the third heal up in this area. But minor criticism, he managed to cover all of his hogs nicely, and obviously gets the 3-star here and cleans up. Saved his king for last, so that king has a chance to go in and do some cleanup. A couple of thoughts with the king when you're doing a hog attack. One is you can actually drop him as a bit of a tank. So drop him in front of some defenses, he'll take some damage, so your hogs are going to live a little longer. And sometimes you can use him for what we call a king swap. So if the enemy king is near the edge, and in this case I don't know that he was close enough, but if the enemy king is near the edge, your king can go in and take him out so that he's not going to hurt your hogs. And I am running out of time. My free software here only lets me talk for 15 minutes, and I'm already over 14, so we'll call that it as far as attack replays for this war. Hope to have a few dragon attack replays and also some more Town Hall 9s to show you guys in subsequent wars. So let's get out there, get those 3 stars, and win some wars. Again, this is Dutiful from Man Up Mate, where 3 stars win wars, egos lose wars. Keep clashing, guys.